It is day 3 of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union Girls State Basketball Tournament presented by Iowa Farm Bureau. We are on the bottom side of the bracket in Class 2A, the West Hancock Eagles. Their 24-1 record against Logan-Magnolia, 21-3 in this Class 2A quarterfinal from inside Wells Fargo Arena. Hello, everybody. Courtside along with Andy Pollack. I'm Paul Yeager. Glad to have you here on this Wednesday morning. Andy, we've had 2 typical days at the state basketball tournament, and by that I mean some wins that are expected, some losses that surprise people, but frankly, great basketball.
Yeah, and as we move towards the middle of some of these brackets too throughout the rest of the afternoon today and earlier, you see some closer games in that regard, but you've got to see some pretty good basketball so far.
You've been trying to watch as many of them you can online, and that's the wonderful thing, that you can watch all of these games free all day, and we'll be here again courtside with games in Class 2A and 1A. In this opening game, Andy, it's a team that familiar in a sense to Wells Fargo Arena. Logan-Magnolia last here in 2017, so the freshmen have played here before. And then you've got the West Hancock Eagles. They were in the championship game last year, runners-up.
West Hancock comes in. They had 13 girls in their team that played here a year ago. They're moving up a class like you mentioned, but everybody's got a lot of experience in this one for West Hancock, and I expect some pretty big things out of them today.
They like to run the play and run the ball. Logan-Magnolia, the key for them, and we'll talk about more of those in just a moment, you got to see the basketball go through that rim and down through the net. Last night, Denver goes almost 14 minutes without a bucket in the Class 2A quarterfinal against Cascade. You can maybe have a quarter where you score 5 points. You just can't go over.
Well, and the key through all that, obviously a different background here as you look around at Wells Fargo Arena for a lot of teams based on what they shoot in throughout the regular season, but the key through that is you have to keep your defensive intensity up the entire time, and you can't let the offense affect your defense, which happens to some teams. It just gets in your head and not able to play through it.
We'll let Coach Pollack give you some keys for success in just a matter of moments. The pregame show continues right after this. You're watching live state coverage of the Iowa Girls State Basketball Tournament from Des Moines.
Mid-American Energy and you, together partnering to change the energy landscape by pioneering money-saving, energy efficiency programs and building a new industry in Iowa, wind energy, all while keeping your rates low. So what's next? We'll keep delivering cost-effective energy efficiency programs while putting money back in your pocket. That's right. You decide how best to spend your savings. That's a partnership good for you, good for the environment, and good for Iowa. Another way we're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
They say Buena Vista University is in the middle of a bunch of fields.
Hey guys, wait up!
Game on.
They say our idea of fun is morning tea.
And afternoon tea.
And anytime tea.
And we hang out like bumps on a log.
They say Storm Lake, Iowa isn't in the center of the action. And when we study, we're not exactly grounded.
But you know what we say.
You gotta see it to believe it.
It's game day. Brisket smoking. The stakes are huge. Full rack, baby back. Fired up, quarter pound. Fast pass, dribble down. Slam dunk. Buzzers beat.
Victory goes to Fairway, the champion of me.
Des Moines. The S's are silent. Our city is buzzing. Catch what you've been missing today.
The 2020 Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union State Basketball Tournament rolls on here as we get ready for Class 2A quarterfinal, and West Hancock, their road to state, 24-1. Number 2 in Class 2A, they were the Region 3 champs, defeated Panorama at Fort Dodge to get here. Number 1 in three-point made and attempted. This is their 4th state tournament, back-to-back years, first since 82 and 80. For Logan-Magnolia, they got here with a 21-3 record. They defeated Avoca IGHSAU, number 1 in free throw percentage, and just their 2nd state tournament appearance ever. Big games for these two today here, Andy.
Well, and you mentioned the 2nd state tournament appearance ever for Logan-Magnolia. It was these freshmen, or these seniors as freshmen who were here. It was the last time they were here, so not many that played, obviously, at that point, but several had a chance to be here, soak in the atmosphere, which is a big part of giving you those goals and dreams for what you want to shoot for down the road.
Even Logan-Magnolia brought back one of their former players to talk to the team and is on the staff. We'll talk about that as the day goes on. But let's now talk about your Seeds for Success, brought to you by Kruger Seeds.
Well, for West Hancock, their defense generates their offense. You're going to see them base everything out of man-to-man defense, and they're going to want to get through and really press that tempo as well. They will press you coming off the bus. They will press, they will press, they will press some more, and you're going to see a lot of different varieties of press. So the key then is to get back, and as you move forward then to Logan-Magnolia, the Panthers, stay composed, okay? They're going to have a lot of opportunities to get some shots, maybe run out and play a little bit different tempo than what they want to play, but they have to stay composed in that pressure, maybe find a chance to get some of those secondary break opportunities, find some shots in transition. The way West Hancock plays defense, you know, they start off in that zone defense. They have to get back and find their gal in the half court, and that may be an opportunity for Logan-Magnolia to find a couple open shots. And they're definitely outgunned on the inside. Logan-Magnolia is. They're going to have to hit some perimeter shots to keep this game close and have a chance to win in the end.
Amanda Chizik is a tough one to defend down low for West Hancock. That is your Seeds for Success, which were brought to you by Kruger Seeds. The next time you're in need of corn or soybean seed, give your local Kruger Seeds dealer a call. Kruger Seeds, first-class seed, first-name service. Learn more at KrugerSeed.com. Teams are on the court for their final warm-ups. We'll take our final break, have the starting lineups, and tip-off from Wells Fargo Arena in just a matter of moments.
We might not always know what the day will bring, but some things are certain. The sun will rise, and your lights will go on. That's because at MidAmerican Energy, we're obsessively, relentlessly committed to providing you energy when and where you need it, to connecting with you and keeping our communities safe and strong. Because the most important thing we put our energy into is you. We're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
In Iowa, we all play by the same rules. Hard work pays off, practice makes perfect, success is something you earn, and teamwork helps us all be winners. The Iowa Pork Producers Association is proud to support statewide high school athletics. Because on our team and on yours, what we bring to the table is what brings us all together. Learn more about our commitment to Iowa at iowapork.org.
Crowded lecture halls? Not anymore. Southwestern Community College is a different place. It's where we break from traditional college to do what's best for your career. It's about teaching the way you learn, having fun along the way, and giving you the experience you need for what comes next. A job and an income in as little as 1 year. That's why you go to college in the first place. Southwestern Community College. Your career starts here. Check out SWC's career-related programs at swciowa.edu/yourcareer.
I'm a fourth-generation Iowa farmer. Farming's not a job, it's an opportunity to help feed and fuel the world. Access to reliable credit is key in any successful business, and farming with its ups and downs, we rely on our local bank to keep our operation successful. Our farming operation wouldn't be as successful as it is without the financial support of our local Iowa bank. I appreciate my Iowa bank.
More Iowans choose to bank with an Iowa bank. Get to know a real Iowa banker and discover the genuine difference of Iowa banks.
The Iowa Bankers Association is proud to help students reach their goals both financially and educationally. That's why they are honored to provide 5 student athletes from this year's basketball tournament with $1,000 scholarships. Follow their Facebook page, facebook.com/Iowa Bankers, to see the winners. Tip-off coming your way in just a matter of moments, but as always, part of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union State Basketball Tournament is the tradition. We'll be introduced to the starting lineups and all the players and coaches on the bench. And Gina Rogers from Cedar Rapids, Iowa, will have the introductions right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Wells Fargo Arena in Des Moines, Iowa for the 2020 Girls State Basketball Tournament presented by Iowa Farm Bureau. Today's quarterfinal matchup will feature the Logan-Magnolia Panthers and the West Hancock Eagles. Fans, tradition is an important part of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union's storied history. Because our past is an integral part of what we do today, we ask that everyone in attendance please stand and join in a round of applause to show our appreciation to all the women who have participated in high school athletics in Iowa. Once an Iowa girl, always an Iowa girl. Fans, at this time, the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union and the Iowa Farm Bureau would like to recognize the outstanding sportsmanship shown by Logan-Magnolia High School and West Hancock High School. In recognition of the importance of good sportsmanship, each state qualifying school was asked to nominate a spectator who represents their school and community in a sportsmanlike manner. Sydney Lane from Grandview Christian, a member of the IGHSAU Student Athlete Advisory Committee, will present each nominee with a certificate of recognition and a $250 check payable to their school's scholarship fund. Please join us in honoring these individuals whose decorum and respect for others serves as a model for all spectators. From Logan-Magnolia, Gordon Flea. And from West Hancock, Jay Hiscox. Fans, it's now time to introduce the players and coaches in today's quarterfinal matchup. First, the non-starters and assistant coaches for the Logan-Magnolia Panthers. Number 13, Samantha Yoder. Number 23, Ava Goldsmith. Number 31, Audrey Roden. Number 33, Emmy Lake. Number 35, Karsten Bruns. Number 41, Graylin Hornbeck. Number 43, McKenna Juritz. Number 45, Emma Perkins. Number 51, Kara Ohl. And number 54, Megan Dunn. The assistant coaches for the Panthers are Shad Hornbeck and Joe Cooper. Now, the non-starters for the West Hancock Eagles. Number 2, Emily Ryerson. Number 11, Kennedy Kelly. Number 20, Ann Horstrom. Number 22, Scout Johansson. Number 24, Shay Smith. Number 25, Michaela Hartman. Number 32, Leah Aitchison. Number 33, Parker Hiscox. Number 34, Carly Bruns. Number 40, Shelby Gopal. The assistant coaches are Kevin Wilson and Dale Hesley. And now, the starting lineups for both teams. For the Panthers, a 5'4" senior, number 11, Violet Lemke. For the Eagles, a 5'10" junior, number 3, Rachel Lear. For the Panthers, a 5'5" junior, number 15, Courtney All. For the Eagles, a 5'4" senior, number 4, Madison Eisenman. For the Panthers, a 5'7" senior, number 21, Kylie Morrison. For the Eagles, a 5'9" senior, number 10, Mahala Faust. For the Panthers, a 5'6" junior, number 25, Emily Thompson. For the Eagles, a 5'5" senior, number 12, Riley Hiscox. For the Panthers, a 5'8" freshman, number 53, Maya Moss. And for the Eagles, a 6' senior, number 35, Amanda Chiswick. Head coach for the Panthers is Derek Sonderland. Head coach for the Eagles is Paul Sonius. Our officials for today's game are Jeff Forst, Jody Wingla, Ray Wilden, and Caleb Nuri. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask that you please join us and direct your attention to the flag as we honor America and those who protect our freedom with the singing of our national anthem, performed today by the Sioux City West High School Combined Choirs under the direction of Bo Hodenfield and Noah Towns.
So proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting
Now let's play basketball!
Starting lineups are brought to you by Buena Vista University, located in Storm Lake, Iowa. Buena Vista University prepares students for lifelong success through transformational academic, professional, and co-curricular programs. Schedule your visit today at bvu.edu. Lear, Eisman, Faust, Hiscox, and Chiswick. Logan-Magnolia, Lapke, Ole, Morrison, Thompson, and Moss. Moss getting the start as a change from normal parts of the year. So one freshman for another. We'll see Juritz off the bench. So Derek Sunderland and Paul Sonius back at the state tournament, hoping for a good one. Logan-Magnolia in purple, yellow numbers trimmed in white. The Eagles in their red and white. Let's play basketball on Wednesday, and it's tipped and taken by Logan-Magnolia, quickly up ahead to the left side. They'll go right to left on your monitor. Glad to have you here wherever you may be around the world watching today. We're in Des Moines, Iowa in the girls' state basketball tournament. 3-ball on the way early and good, and that is a good sign for the Panthers as Thompson hits it.
Yeah, they caught West Hancock in their transition as they drove baseline. Defense had to rotate, left them wide open on the corner.
Early foul underneath. That too, Andy, is one of those things you're trying to take a look at. As there's the three from Thompson. Moss picks up the foul. Shot off the mark. Rebound tied up and a loose ball, which means it will go alternating possession to West Hancock.
You see the negatives of that zone defense show up early on right away because no one there to rebound for Logan-Magnolia on the three-point shot.
Kick in the corner, wide open look for three, rolls around for Eisman. Rebound, Loma. Same spot again for the Panthers and Thompson, and she passes it up. 3-0 early. Getting behind the defense is Morrison for a pair.
Again, that man-to-man defense coming off the double screen up top. Had everybody scrambling after that as they tried to rotate around and couldn't find their gal.
5-0 hole for the Eagles, and it'll be possibly more as a turnover on Hiscox.
Yeah, just got moving a little bit early. And West Hancock going to show off their press right away. We knew they would. Looks like a man-to-man press to get things rolling today.
Normally you put that in after you had a made basket. You just haven't had a made basket yet. 2-on-1, and West Hancock gets back on defense. Faust steps in front. She'll get it up to Lear.
And they're going to have those opportunities today.
Lear drives, has it stripped, kicked. Chizik flashed for a moment. Now they get it in. Amanda, hard off the glass, hits the floor, tries to swat at it. And
numbers running now.
3-on-1. You take it. No, you take it.
You saw right away Coach Sonderland, as they had Chizik on the floor back there, he recognized numbers. He was telling his ladies, get the tempo, get it pressed, we've got numbers. Get a wide open layup out of it on the other end.
Panthers by 7. 3 on the way. Good for West Hancock's. Riley Hiscox for 3.
And pretty much everyone on this team can shoot the three-pointer for West Hancock, which makes it really hard to identify the shooters in the half court.
A little bit of pressure. If you break it this early, or this easy early, and another 3.
That's that secondary transition we talked about in the pregame. They come back in that man-to-man defense. It makes things kind of hard because you get back in the press, you got to quickly find your gal, another wide-open 3.
Can't keep trading 3 for 2. And then they're going to say Logan-Magnolia stepped on the baseline right there. Kylie Morrison in early.
I expected West Hancock to be the one setting the tempo here early on, and I know they want to play fast, but Logan-Magnolia playing faster right now. A great game plan. Been able to dribble through that press and get some easy buckets.
Kennedy Kelly in, and she's one of the substitutions brought to you by IMT Insurance. Learn how you can be worry-free with IMT at imtins.com. Kennedy Kelly playing with a torn knee ligament and a 3-ball on the way from Hiscox.
Getting a little bit of crisscross there on the defense. Got Hiscox lost in the corner. Wide open 3 look.
Hiscox has all of the points for the Eagles.
Well, they had numbers again there.
Loose ball. Chizik gets the tip from Kelly, and here come the Eagles. Boy, Kennedy left it there. Inside Amanda Chizik.
Chizik able to just turn that little drop step, finds herself wide open on the hole, and then another turnover on the other end.
3 on the way from Faust. Short. Tiptoe on the line. Out of bounds. Hiscox. Riley tried.
That'll give West Hancock another chance to set up their press. It's like a little 2-2-1 look. No problems for Logan-Magnolia breaking that press so far.
They go over the top for Chizik. She is a tough matchup, especially in the 2A field. As West Hancock goes around it, or the foul as they try to go around it, does Logan-Magnolia. Kelly whistled for the foul there.
Couldn't quite get in front of her.
Fouls on the Eagles. Number 11, Kennedy Kelly, her first, team first.
Juritz is out.
Second to the lineup for the Panthers, number 53, Maya Moss.
Emma Lake inbounds the basketball in front of us.
Seen a lot of ball screens so far for Logan-Magnolia. Here they set up 2 high screens again.
Tipped away, Lear wins the battle and can't convert on the layup. Boy, Faust almost picked that pocket there.
Love the tempo of this game so far, up and down the court.
Who says he can't do good things before noon? Out of bounds, it'll go back to West Hancock. You know, the 10 o'clock start time for some is a concern, but coaches will say they're in school. Some of them have been in school for 3 hours by then.
Some of these teams practice, they work out in the morning there. It's the fans and the broadcasters that aren't quite used to functioning at this time of day.
Rachel Lear walks it up for the rare breather for these Eagles.
We'll change up on defense for Logan-Magnolia.
Kennedy travels. Kennedy Kelly, that is.
They've got West Hancock a little bit frazzled so far, changing up the defense, leaving different holes at different times, different gaps to try to attack. Good game plan so far by Derek Sonderland.
Press broken. And then there's going to be a foul up top.
Lear.
On Lear. Now, some teams will get into trouble with the post. Other teams will get you into trouble with your guards up front. And right there, that's one of those situations where if you don't have those guards in the front of the press, Andy, it kind of changes what you can do defensively.
They break it, and it gets you back down here. They stuck it's everybody on Chizik. She's been a good job here as of late the last couple minutes after they settled down and play defense on this end.
Kelly causes the turnover. You can see Kelly with 2 knee braces on, and behind one of those braces is a knee ligament that couldn't be repaired, wasn't going to do her any damage to keep playing. They needed her in the regional final. She hit some big threes to get them here. They go Chizik, turn around, 2.
Great feel by Chizik. Amanda Chizik started to go to her right, triple teamed, coming there, no help to the left, drops baseline. Great look for her.
We're tied at 10. 7-0 run for the Eagles. Nice drive, and we'll have a foul underneath.
Fouls on the Eagles, number 35, Amanda Chizik.
Oh, Amanda Chizik got it. So she got the foul. That's the one that got into foul trouble earlier on this year in a couple of their big games, and Coach Sonia said, hey, Amanda was on the bench while he made the run. It kind of, the other girls realized, well, we don't need Amanda on the floor every single time to have a run. It's that type of confidence, Andy, that really can help a team when the game's on the line.
And in particular on a day like today where there's no big post player that you need her in there for. She gives you a great boost on the offensive end, gives you a shot blocker on the defensive end, but no big post player for Logan-Magnolia to really offset her. So a big advantage, but if she comes off, it won't hurt them as much in a game like this.
Morrison hits both. 2-point advantage for Logan-Magnolia. Kelly drives. He takes the contact, converts it in midair for 2.
And that time Loma out in the man-to-man.
Tied again.
All sorts of defenses being thrown out there so far. Play 4, going to go with a set play. High screen again.
Yep. Somebody's not screening. There they go. Fighting through it was Kelly. They're calling it again.
Come off that tighter, you have a good look. A lot of patience so far for Logan-Magnolia. West Hancock continues to defend.
The drive. Oh, got past the defense. Just couldn't convert.
Had a matchup they wanted. They had Chizik 18 feet away from the basket. Had a good matchup out there. Drove by her, but not able to convert.
3 on the way. Oh, just off for Maddie Eisman, and then stepping on the line is Ryerson.
Great hustle by Ryerson, but look down. The official looked down. They both kind of made eye contact standing on the sideline.
But a stop and play allows the Eagles to put a press in.
Omaha's done a good job handling that so far.
Logan-Magnolia's got to have that clock going to know that they got to get it across the timeline. They do with the long pass, and they're able to control. 3, short. Kelly chases down the loose ball. Ryerson, too strong. Chizik, put back.
Chizik got a lot of body as she put it into Emily Thompson down low. A lot of body into her to clear out a lot of space before getting the rebound, and a wide open look on the offensive glass.
At 1:09 in the first quarter, West Hancock has their first lead, and now we're going to have a foul on Ryerson on the shot.
Again, a little lob pass just over as they get to half court. They get to that right spot, and then that lob creates numbers for them. They draw everybody into them as they come to half court. Brings kind of that big old blob of people, I guess, for lack of a better word. It's a spot that no one really has in the press. They get everybody to come on them, and that creates a 2-on-1, 3-on-1 advantage as you have all of the Panthers heading at Chizik. That time a good hustle, though, to get back by Ryerson.
Another IMT Insurance substitution. Be worry-free with IMT at imtins.com. Second free throw is good for Ohl, and Courtney Ohl into the scorebook for the first time. 1-point advantage for West Hancock.
See all sorts of communication by Logan-Magnolia as West Hancock comes down in the half court, switching back and forth on defense.
What a move by Kelly. She got past her defender with a little shake and bake. That's a heck of a weapon to have coming off your bench.
No doubt, and she's been a little spark here in this game as well right now. Brings a lot of energy to it.
Riley Hiscock set to come in at the next horn. First free throw is good for Kennedy Kelly.
She was one of the names I was given as I chatted with the coach. It just brings a lot of energy into the game.
Also in for the Panthers.
Really a leader out there, you can see as well.
They lost her for a little while in early January in that injury. But got her back in the stretch when it counted. And she converts both free throws. 3-point advantage, biggest of the day for West Hancock. Hiscock gets juked out of her uniform there, according to the Logan-Magnolia fans. 3 in transition, open look off the mark for Thompson, and we got a whistle, and I think this one's going to be on the Panthers.
Wish I would have been tracking from the beginning the amount of bodies that have been on the floor so far in this one, because it's every possession. Someone on the floor going after the basketball. Love the effort and the intensity at 10 o'clock in the morning. High scoring in this one, too.
West Hancock stayed in Des Moines area last night, came over and watched some games, and again, don't have to be too acclimated. They played in the championship game last year, but new year, new team. Cross-court pass, they go back up top. Faust. Kelly cuts the distance, leaves it back. Now Faust will step into the 3, and in and out, no good.
Got the look they wanted, yet that 2-3 zone shifting around, a wide open look from the top, not able to get it to fall.
8 seconds to go in the quarter. Not much time here. Morrison, 3 seconds, 2, drives, no call. Bodies ground, horn sounds. And when the first quarter is in the book, 3-point advantage for the Eagles. You're watching the 2020 Girls State Basketball Tournament from Des Moines.
Mid-American Energy and you, together partnering to change the energy landscape by pioneering money-saving, energy efficiency programs and building a new industry in Iowa, wind energy, all while keeping your rates low. So what's next? We'll keep delivering cost-effective energy efficiency programs while putting money back in your pocket. That's right. You decide how best to spend your savings. That's a partnership good for you, good for the environment, and good for Iowa. Another way we're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Hey, Central College has a new tuition price of just $18,600. That means the college experience that opens doors for a lifetime is more affordable than ever, and scholarships are still available. Apply today at central.edu.
Central College has a new tuition price of just $18,600. That means the college experience that opens doors for a lifetime is now more affordable than ever, and scholarships are still available. Apply today at central.edu. You know who played a lot of football at Central College, Andy? A lot of Britt West Hancock Eagle former football players. In fact, there's still one coaching there. Kevin Sanger, son of Bob Sanger, longtime football coach at West Hancock.
We remembered him a lot at the Iowa Football Coach Association convention this last week. Coach Sanger passed away about a month ago or so now.
February 5th, and was
pretty much right on
was
then.
Listed as the assistant, or the head coach, but his son, as the three-point shot is blocked. His son was the acting head coach, as Bob was listed as the head coach, as he was fighting his illness. And these Eagles, absolutely small-town, knit, community feel, wore Sanger strong shirts, played Garrigan the night, a couple of nights after his passing. They wore, Algona Garrigan wore the same shirts, and kind of been a rallying point for this community. Bob coached, decades.
50-plus years,
50-plus years.
Just an icon in the industry.
And, you know how it is, Andy. We're both small-town guys. You know, everybody knows everybody, and everybody cares. And chances are you might be related in a way. And if not, you certainly feel like it. And so that's kind of weighing on the mind of a lot of these fans. They're thinking about it. In fact, if you look hard enough, you'll probably see a Sanger Strong shirt here or there, or maybe a fan at home who's watching today on the stream. So Eagle Nation represented well as the free throw is no good. Still a 2-point advantage for West Hancock in this one. 3 on the way from way out by Lear, and fighting for it was Faust. Did they call jump ball, Andy?
I
think so, yeah. So it'll stay with West Hancock.
You know, you may watch this and think West Hancock, they keep shooting the 3. Well, they're a team that they shoot. That's what they do. They have the inside presence of Chizik, but every other girl on this team shoots a 3 and shoots it well. You see a lot of 30% plus shooting percentages there. Just haven't been able to get a lot of them to fall so far here today.
Faust still looking to get her shot to fall. But as a shooter, Andy, Mihaela will just keep shooting it, right?
Absolutely. Just keep doing it. Percentages will eventually catch up, and when you're not shooting so hot early on, it'll eventually catch up to you later. Only shooting 20% here early in the game from 3.
That's 2 of 9. And they'll keep doing it. And then Logan-Magnolia had said, you know, we need to see that ball go through the hoop. And they did early on, had a lead. A couple of Thompson threes. That shot's off the mark, tipped away by Lear. And here comes Rachel. She loses the handle. Great defense out front by Lapke. One of those seniors who played here as a freshman for Logan-Magnolia back in 2017 when they were at the state tournament. Nice drive to the rack and score for Rachel Lear.
Yeah, Logan-Magnolia back in that 2-3 zone. They've been there the last couple possessions, but Lear just able to dribble through it, and that's a great way to beat the zone defense. Logan-Magnolia on a dry streak at the moment. They've gone almost a full quarter since hitting a field goal. Had a couple free throws in that regard, but they were so hot early on, got themselves a lot of good looks, but West Hancock has settled into their press. They've been able to get back, no secondary break opportunities. Been a long time since Loma's been able to hit a field goal.
Happened yesterday in one of the other 2A quarterfinals, Denver against Cascade. That stifling defense that the Cougars have. So West Hancock last year, Andy, played in Class 1A, bumped up to 2A on enrollment, gets past the defense, does Lapke.
The 2 West Hancock players kind of screened each other off and left Lapke wide open on the baseline.
Faust, hard off the glass, gets her own rebound, loose ball. And now we're going to have a foul on Lear.
One of those situations, a lot of times during a loose ball, it's all hands on deck, no holds barred. Refs let a lot go, but Lear, physically jumps in on top of the pile, and good job by the official to spot things happening there.
They'll let you do it when you're in the middle of it, but when you dive in and you don't make contact with the ball, but contact with the body, right?
Yep,
That's
no
what
doubt.
You're saying?
A lot of body contact as she rolled in there.
Number 21, Kylie Morrison. Back into the lineup for the Eagles, number 35.
Kylie Morrison will be at the free throw line for Logan-Magnolia, who got here with a win over IGHSAU, 36-35.
You have all the town names for that? You know that, don't you?
Oh, boy. I can tell you the A.
Avoca. Haywarden?
Yeah.
Shelby? No, wait. Yeah, Shelby Tennant. And Westfield? Do I have that right?
No, Westfield
that's
is
not
farther
Westfield,
north by a few counties. Oh, nice drive and then a foul. Boy, Kennedy Kelly, blink and she's 6 feet from the basket and then she's a foot under it.
Yeah, so quick off that dribble, and that's so hard on that zone defense that the Panthers continue to run. Look for them to maybe switch it up in the next couple possessions. They were switching around early, really kept West Hancock on their toes.
Lear has 2 fouls, so does Chizik, 1 for Hiscox, 1 for Kennedy Kelly. To watch for West Hancock. For Logan-Magnolia, 2 fouls now on Maya Moss and 1 on Courtney Ohl, in addition for Juritz. As Kelly hits the first and the second.
30-second timeout. Eagles.
We have a timeout on the court, and we'll have an opportunity for both of these squads to talk things over. And if you're watching the Iowa PBS coverage, we'll have those coaches mic'd, and you can listen in to what they're saying at those huddles. And that coverage begins Friday night at 5:30 on Iowa PBS with the pregame show, 6 o'clock with the Class 5A final, followed by 3A. Then on Saturday, pregame begins at 2:30 with championship game of 4A at 3 p.m. 5 o'clock will be the 2A final, so these teams, and then the 1A at 7 o'clock. And features of the teams and the players that we have started to roll out on iowapbs.org on our YouTube channel, as well as the Facebook page and online. And story out of West Burlington this morning. It was in the paper about a refugee from Africa to the United States, and kind of a good story there. Travis Graven, the producer on that one. Logan-Magnolia in about the worst spot you can get in the coffin corner of the defense, but the Panthers come to the rescue, come to the ball, right?
Absolutely.
When someone gets trapped.
It's important against the press, too, when those long passes happen to come to the basketball.
Oh, nice move. Just couldn't convert was Morrison. Rebound and one coming for Logan-Magnolia.
No, they got her with
the offensive
foul beforehand.
Foul.
Yep. Oh, he counted the basket.
So it was after the basket.
Okay.
That's what got me confused a little bit.
Gotcha.
Because I saw the arm. Here's the replay.
Yes. They got it on, that would be on
It
Moss.
wasn't on Moss.
They called on Moss,
so
yeah.
It wasn't on the shooter.
It wasn't on the shooter, no. Moss kind of had an arm and threw her to the ground, threw Chizik to the ground.
But it's now a 4-point advantage.
3-point shooting woes continue for West Hancock, but they continue to play good defense, and we talked about that in the pregame. Don't let that shooting affect how hard you play on defense. I like that timing of the timeout, too, for Logan-Magnolia. You saw the defensive legs getting a little bit slower.
3-point and converting, Violet Lapke.
It was a quick trigger for Lapke. She came right off the dribble, got it up before Lyra was ever even able to recognize she was shooting it.
Down to 1. Kelly thought about it. Now Lear. Chizik comes out. She'll shoot the 3 if you want. Lear tried to kick on the drive. Hiscox for 3. Front iron, no good. Rebound, Courtney Ohl. Logan-Magnolia can take the lead on this possession. Haven't had the lead since the first quarter. As we approach 3 minutes left in the half. Coming up at half, Gene Berger, Executive Director of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union, will join us for a halftime conversation. Nice pass and drive. Blocked by Amanda.
Into the lineup for the Eagles, number 4, Madison.
McKenna Juritz.
In for the Panthers, number
her shot blocked.
Able to get a good look off that. Really created almost a 2-on-1 in the half-court set. A great look for Logan-Magnolia, just not quite able to finish it. Chizik, a big reason for that.
Nice hard off the glass shot there by Morrison, but the Eagles get the ball back on their side. 3 on the way. This time it's good for Maddie Eisman.
You wondered when the 3-point shooting would heat up right now. There's one, but just shooting about 16% before that. I mentioned before the percentages will eventually catch up. Just got to keep shooting.
Nice move and kick.
How active
Morrison.
West Hancock is.
What a move. Put back. Juritz.
Well, that weak side rebound is there to pull Chizik to that side. She protects the rim, but it gives you a couple opportunities for that on the weak side of the boards.
Fan base is into it now if they weren't before. Wide open. 3. Eisman. Ice intervenes again.
Warming up.
Five-point advantage for the Eagles. And that's almost a turnover out of bounds, but somehow Cheezick saves it. Up ahead, here come the Eagles. 3. This one off the mark from Lear. Rebound, Logan-Magnolia. 90 seconds to go before half.
You really feel like West Hancock's controlled the tempo of this, but then you look at the score and Loma just sticking right in this basketball game.
Full timeout, Panthers.
West Hancock by 5.
Mid-American Energy and you, together partnering to change the energy landscape by pioneering money-saving, energy efficiency programs and building a new industry in Iowa, wind energy, all while keeping your rates low. So what's next? We'll keep delivering cost-effective energy efficiency programs while putting money back in your pocket. That's right, you decide how best to spend your savings. That's a partnership good for you, good for the environment, and good for Iowa. Another way we're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Logan-Magnolia making the trip from western Iowa along I-80, West Hancock. From north central Iowa, Hancock County, west between Algona and Mason City. Fans of all ages here at the arena. It's a big star. That could be an internet star right there. Do you think you have any?
That's a new GIF.
Well, seeing a good one so far. West Hancock by 5, minute 23. And Logan-Magnolia takes the timeout.
Back into the lineup for the Eagles, number 10, Nahela Foss. In for the Battlers, number 33.
What are you going to do here out of this timeout? I'm kind of curious what they called that for.
Yeah, waiting for a set play here. Haven't really seen much. You're trying to get one of the last shots as far away from the hoop as they are.
Oh, turn around. Daring Moss to Juritz to shoot it, and she did. Numbers are trailing, not leading for the Eagles. Kelly thought about it, fakes left, goes right, cuts through, pushes it up, somehow puts enough English on to get it to go.
Again, just a little extra energy. Coach Sonderman says right now, Sonderland says we want one shot. That's tough against this flying around man-to-man defense of West Hancock.
One bad pass, and it'll be 2 points the other way. Fans behind us haven't liked Kelly's defense. They've been thinking it's pretty physical. She's doing everything she can to move those feet. Oh, nice block by Cheezick. Lap, he comes up with it. 7 seconds before half, driving it. It's Kelly, she falls down, loose ball, up, 2 seconds. Cheezick at the horn. One bad pass leads to 2 points, Andy, and a 9-point advantage on a flurry at the end of the half. Here's how it unfolded. That's right after.
And that was with Emmy Lake draped all over her. Just good, strong movement. Again, brought to you by that energy of Kelly that she brings in. I mean, Kennedy Kelly just brings that big pop. She got out here, pressed the tempo down the court, able to avoid some contact, and then a bunch of contact towards the end.
Well, this one they've let them play for the most part. 7 fouls for West Hancock, 5 for Logan-Magnolia, as we are here at halftime, and we will take a look at the the first half statistics when we come back, as well as an interview with Gene Berger when we return. This is Class 2A state tournament action.
We might not always know what the day will bring, but some things are certain. The sun will rise, and your lights will go on. That's because at Mid-American Energy, we're obsessively, relentlessly committed to providing you energy when and where you need it, to connecting with you and keeping our communities safe and strong. Because the most important thing we put our energy into is you. We're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
They say Buena Vista University is in the middle of a bunch of fields.
Hey guys, wait up!
Game on. They say our idea of fun is morning tea.
And afternoon tea.
And anytime tea.
And we hang out like bumps on a log.
They say Storm Lake, Iowa isn't in the center of the action. And when we study, we're not exactly grounded.
But you know what we say.
You gotta see it to believe it.
It's game day. Brisket smoking. The stakes are huge. Full rack, baby back. Fired up, quarter pound. Fast pass, dribble down. Slam dunk. Buzzers beat.
Victory goes to Fairway, the champion of meat.
With new Casey's Rewards, you can turn pizza into school donations. Download the Casey's app and earn points you can turn into donations to the schools you care about most. Or turn points into Casey's Cash or fuel discounts. Start earning more ways to give and get a little more good. Casey's Rewards. Points for school, points for you, points for fuel, points for good. Now at Casey's, our delicious handmade taco pizza is just $13.99. Casey's, here for good.
At Waldorf University, we are warriors. On campus and online. In the classroom and on the field. Our work today will power tomorrow, continuing a rich tradition started in 1903. And once you're one of us, you forever are. Waldorf University, we are warriors.
Back at halftime, Class 2A quarterfinal. West Hancock leads Logan-Magnolia. Here to break down the first half action, Gene Berger, Executive Director of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. What are you seeing so far?
You know,
How often do you actually get asked to break down the action?
This is a first for me. Thank you, Paul. I think you do this to me regularly.
Throw you off?
Yeah, throw me a question I'm not prepared for.
And that's really hard to do, I got to tell you.
Sometimes.
You get asked a whole lot of things, and
Yes.
it usually isn't about what's on the court. You are responsible. Yes, everything in here falls under your jurisdiction, but you are about almost everything but the game.
Right. The game is the least of my worries.
You want to make sure, and I've told this to a couple of people, you really want to make sure that this is a great experience for every Iowa girl.
Yeah.
Do I have that? Am I reading that right?
Absolutely. We think about three things. Is it good for the girls' union? Is it good for our school? Is it good for the Iowa girl? So the game takes care of itself. It's all the other things that we have to focus and concentrate on that are so hard. Yeah.
And you have people that do focus on the game
Yes.
and making sure
Yes.
that everything gets there, whether it's a ball attendant or a locker room attendant and somebody that greets them when they arrive and present them. Now you're sticking them in the locker room in front of a camera before they even play a game.
Well, isn't that hometown feature great?
It is.
It's great, and it fits in so nice. And, you know, I kind of think it's one of those things we do that connects our past to us now. In the old days, the map.
Yeah.
That's in the Hall of Pride. So the two schools that we're playing flashed. It's kind of going back to our hometown, our roots.
Should I tell Tom that you need to put the map back up on before you flash it before they go, or am I missing it?
It's up there sometimes,
Okay.
but it's not up. The timing of it could be.
I'm usually busy talking at that
Me too.
point.
Me too.
Yeah.
But that's kind of
That's
what
all
I
part
like
of it. Yeah,
Yes.
and then we'll see different. That's inside the arena that you would see. You don't see that at home.
Yes.
And then you'll also see different things for the semifinals and finals.
Right.
Today's our last day of these quarterfinals.
Quarterfinals.
We get all of these teams their first opportunity to play here. What do you enjoy most? I would think, just going to answer it for you.
Yeah.
Is it coolest when you see a team that's never been here before, or at least a lot of players that haven't been here, or is it exciting to see that team that has been here year after year?
I would tell you it's the look on their face, regardless if they've been here before or not. So if they've been here before, they come in and they want to know what we've done new. I wonder what's going to be new. In this case, when they come through our pink carpet into the ticket punched, everybody's name is on a banner, and they point to their name and take a social media post. But the new ones, when they come in, you know, Des Moines and the state tournament is a destination for most Iowa girls.
Yeah.
This is still coming to play on this floor with these crowds is something they all dream of. So when they get in here and they see that all these people are here for them, it's a big deal. It's a real big deal.
So again, what you worry about, I don't know if it's worry, but who's here, who's not here? Attendance-wise, how are we doing so far?
We were up significantly yesterday over the year before, so for the 2 days we're up. But I would tell you the last year of all of our tournaments, softball, volleyball, basketball, we were significantly increased. So I think some of that is just what schools come. You know, there's not a lot of control over that, but we do work really, really hard at getting the teams ranked and positioned so that what they've done in the regular season matters and who they play matters.
The 4A field, you were only off one.
Yeah.
7 of the 8, top 8 were here. And now today, traditionally, the 2A, 1A towns empty out and come down.
Yes.
And so I'm looking here and I'm seeing I think there's people left in Logan and Magnolia.
But you're not sure.
I'm not sure
unless
if there's many left in Kanawha.
Yeah.
But I know that there's probably a couple people left in Bryn.
Was there anybody left in Gilbert
I don't think so.
yesterday?
I don't think there was anybody left in Waterloo
I
when
don't
West
either.
was here
That
the
was
other
a
night.
great crowd. The student crowd was amazing for Waterloo. Yeah. You know, it's interesting. I can remember my very first tournament. Janesville played, and they brought their pep band. And I looked at their student section, and I said to John Overton, who was working for the girls' union, I said, "Where are their students?" He goes, "They're in the pep band. They brought everybody in town."
Yeah.
Yeah, they did, too.
Even Dar Danielson. He's
Yes.
a lifelong Janesville fan. He'll always do it. So, Jean, real quick, what else are we going to see here this week that'll be fun?
Well, we've added something to the winner's circle. That's where our teams go after they win the championship. We kind of hurry them off the floor so we can get another game on. And this year we're going to let them cut down nets.
How about that?
So that's part of their championship experience, along with our pink T-shirts and our roses, and we'll let mom and dad get some pictures and visit, and we'll try to prolong that feeling after winning a state championship.
Are they doing the net in the winner's circle?
In the winner's circle. We got another basketball.
All
Our
right.
good friends at Iowa Event Center got us another basketball hoop.
All right, very good. Jean Berger, Executive Director of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic. And thank you, Jean.
Thanks, Paul.
Good to see you. Back after this.
Mid-American Energy and you, together partnering to change the energy landscape by pioneering money-saving, energy efficiency programs and building a new industry in Iowa, wind energy, all while keeping your rates low. So what's next? We'll keep delivering cost-effective energy efficiency programs while putting money back in your pocket. That's right, you decide how best to spend your savings. That's a partnership good for you, good for the environment, and good for Iowa. Another way we're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Crowded lecture halls? Not anymore. Southwestern Community College is a different place. It's where we break from traditional college to do what's best for your career. It's about teaching the way you learn, having fun along the way, and giving you the experience you need for what comes next. A job and an income in as little as 1 year. That's why you go to college in the first place. Southwestern Community College. Your career starts here. Check out SWIC's career-related programs at swiciowa.edu/yourcareer.
It's game day. Brisket smoking. The stakes are huge. Full rack, baby back. Fired up, quarter pound. Fast pass, dribble down. Slam dunk. Buzzers beat.
Victory goes to Fairway, the champion of me. Believe it when I know ya, we going high. Gotta climb to the top, but we never gonna stop. When I know ya, we going high. We going high.
Hey, Central College has a new tuition price of just $18,600. That means the college experience that opens doors for a lifetime is more affordable than ever, and scholarships are still available. Apply today at central.edu.
Des Moines. The yeses are silent. Our city is buzzing. Catch what you've been missing today.
Along with Andy Pollock, Paul Yeager back here, Class 2A quarterfinal. Here's a look at your halftime stats. Britt, West Hancock, or just West Hancock now, leads by 9. They're shooting 38%, just a percent better. 10 of 26 for 7 of 19. 27 from 3. 3 of 6 are the Panthers. Rebounds locked. Turnovers, though, Andy, in favor of Logan-Magnolia, the stat you don't want to lead in.
And it wasn't that way early on. You see a bulk of those turnovers are coming from steals as well, 6 steals for West Hancock. So that, they early on they handled that press very well. And it hasn't so much been the press, but when they break the press and they get into a little bit more higher tempo, I think, than what they want to play early on. You haven't seen them shoot, Logan-Magnolia, haven't seen them shoot as many threes as I necessarily expected, but they've got some good looks inside, and that's where we stand right now.
Kelly and Chizik have 8, Hiscock 6, Eisman 6, 2 for Lear for West Hancock. For Logan-Magnolia, they have 6 from Thompson, 5 from Lapke and Morrison, and then 2 from Juritz, Moss, and 1 from Ole. West Hancock on defense to start the second half. Logan-Magnolia comes out, running the offense, not trying to find something out of breaking the press. See if sometimes teams will set up something, and then just like that, it's stolen away by West Hancock. Kind of try to get them back in the flow is what I'm trying to say.
Long possession ends with a turnover.
High pass nearly taken. Lear drives, kicks, shot. Hiscock, by Eisman, no good. Logan-Magnolia the rebound.
Moss able to keep it alive for Logan-Magnolia.
Nice drive there by Morrison. Up ahead, Eisman corrals. Now Faust. Mihaela. Yep. Maddie traveled. Yep, I thought that was like, did she just? Yes.
Yeah. He's waiting for the whistle to come across the floor.
Ray Wilden with the call over there. Jeff Horse also on the crew, and Jody Walenga. Last night in our Denver Cascade game, we actually had to have a referee replacement at halftime. One of them got injured, and they had to go bring in the bench official.
That's why they've always got him. You see him sitting up there in their jacket.
The designated survivor.
They've got him locked away in the catacombs here at Wells Fargo Arena.
In the purple chamber of gold. Logan-Magnolia melting clock. But the problem is they're down 9 points. They got to find an open shot, but right now this Eagle defense is just all over. Man-to-man most of the time.
Yeah, pretty much
a little bit of sag help
yeah.
On occasion. But Chizik, wow, had position and the arm. Nice move, Lear. Can't finish. Chizik, the put back, and a chance for 2.
Chizik's been all over the place on the rebounds, 7 so far here in this one. One of the few players ever to have 1,000 points and 1,000 rebounds in the state of Iowa. So just a really, that's what I say, there's 30 players in the state of Iowa who have done that before.
You had a look there at Paul Sonius, who collected his 400th career win in 31 years of coaching. The last 13 have been here at West Hancock. His assistants, Kevin Wilson and Dale Hesley.
Those guys have both been head coaches as well in the past, so he gets a lot of input on the bench from his staff.
And you find that, Andy, at a lot of sports when you have those former head coaches. It says something about the head coach when they will bring on other former head coaches, because frankly, there is a little bit of a factor sometimes. No, I don't want anybody that wants my job or has had that job and is going to tell me what to do.
Yeah, and it's got to be a great fit when that comes too.
See that in many sports. Nice drive. Kelly will shoot 2.
We've seen that with the Ankeny Centennial boys this year, who've been ranked #1 a good part of the season, but they've had bring on the, I can't even.
Bob Sandquist.
Sandquist from Johnston.
And
had a lot of success there.
Well, Valley Girls. Let's go. Let's bring it back last year. Bert Hansen helping Joe Segrist there on that staff, and an opportunity. There's a look at Sonia's.
This brings great perspective for a lot of stuff.
And, let's face it, there's different ways to skin the cat. And your way is different. It might not be better, but it might be a way to improve the process. Trap in the corner. That's tough, and that's going to go off. Or is there a timeout? Timeout before the trap?
Everyone looked to the Loma bench, so I assume.
They turned to Walenga there, the official, and did you have that, Jody? Yeah, I do. So only 1 point so far in this quarter, as we had a 31 right? Am I off on that? Or we have 2 points?
I think we've got 2 points.
2 points.
No, you're right. 1 point. She did not hit that. Chizik did not hit that shot down here. He got the free throw, one of the free throws.
It was 30-21 at half, so it's 2-0. 2 different free throw opportunities. Don't worry, we actually are watching the game.
Get a little on a tangent every once in a while.
Me?
Right now, the tempo, the way this game started off, torrid pace, up and down, a lot of scoring in the first quarter, really, really settled down since then. And you see right now, Logan-Magnolia has made this a lot more of a half-court game when not really pressing the issue, trying to work towards the basket at all.
Morrison, who's had a good first half. They need to get her back into the game. Also got to find Thompson a little bit, or even Lapke. All three have got to be able to score to keep the Panthers in this one. A lot of dribbling from Thompson there. Not much movement down low. They're doing a lot of guard play out top.
West Hancock fans really appreciating the defense right now.
And before Juritz can get rid of it, she traveled.
Well, she was expecting to get a lot of body as she came in from Chizik. Chizik moved her feet and kind of worked herself away, knowing if she keeps her distance, she's got the height advantage. She'll still be able to get that shot blocked, and Juritz just never felt the pressure. Eventually went to the ground.
It's kind of fun about those moves because you expect one thing and another. That's the sign of a senior. In the corner, 3, good! Maddie Eisman, third 3 of the game. She now has 9.
Allows West Hancock to set up their press once again, but Logan-Magnolia gets to it a lot easier that time.
And free throws coming as Emmy Lake drove the ball.
You almost see that tempo favors Logan-Magnolia. They haven't got a good shot off for a while, but as soon as they got West Hancock in the press after the made basket, able to get through and create some numbers advantages down on the offensive end, whereas in the half-court set, Logan-Magnolia really hasn't been able to do anything here so far in the second half.
Coach Sunderland, I asked, who were some of those tough teams that you played this year? And he says, well, of course, IKM Manning, we lost to them twice, and IGHSAU, who we lost to but then beat in the regional final. That was a good one. And it's always St. Albert, who's a state tournament team. They played them. St. Albert will play here in 2 games, not the next game, but the one after against Newell Fonda. Turnover created, and now Logan-Magnolia. They don't run it. They get back into that half court.
You may see him having to press the tempo here in the near future. He's got to create something.
Morrison taken away. Kennedy Kelly, the credit there. Foul.
Right in front of us. She's hurt.
Yeah, that was a tweak for Riley Hiscox.
Reached down and grabbed her right knee immediately. You mentioned she's playing on a flat tire already.
Riley Hiscox will go out, and then another IMT INS Insurance. Learn how you can be worry-free with IMT at imtins.com. All substitutions, all tournament long here on the digital stream.
Man, and that happened right in front of us. You see that right leg, she immediately reached down, but I almost wonder some sort of muscle. She went to plant and the leg did not stop. The bottom part kind of stayed there, but the top part continued to move, and you can tell she's in a lot of pain on the bench over there.
She's in the last spot there. Training staff looking over that right knee. Hiscox had 6 points in this contest, both of them via the 3. Now, granted, you've got Kennedy Kelly off the bench. You want to keep having those extra Eagles that can come in and fly for you, because you do run a very aggressive defense. We're going to have a foul there on Kelly.
And then she comes off the bench. She had 10 points so far here today and just brings a big spark, brings a lot of energy to the floor when she's out there. A couple long droughts today for Logan-Magnolia, and they're in one of them right now. They've got a couple free throws, but no field goals, again, since over 2 minutes to go in the second quarter.
Lear got a hand in it for a moment. Now a 3 on the way. Good look there for the Panthers by Lapke. Good rebound underneath by Morrison. Lapke into the corner. 3 long for Morrison. Here comes Lear. Leaving it. Now taking the shot. Iceman, no good.
A lot of three-pointers tossed up in this one today. You know, shooting percentage is really not bad for Logan-Magnolia, but those turnover numbers now up to 12, but they've limited the possession, so that 12 is more like about 16 or 18 right now with the pace that they've been playing with as this game's gone on.
And we're going to have a foul as Morrison was driving. And Kennedy Kelly, I think that's her third foul. And now you're going to have to look at maybe a little different option off the bench.
She came up. She was the aggressor. She came up there.
And I think Hiscox has left.
Yeah, Hiscox.
She's left the team bench now.
She was in a lot of pain. Almost looked like they were almost looking more at a quad as she left. But it was definitely an awkward-looking injury right in front of us.
Well, not trying to speculate on an injury, but you could tell it happened right in front of us, and you're right, Andy, about the plant, awkward. And you know it. How many players have you seen? They know when something goes wrong the moment it happens. Cheez-It keeps it alive. Lear short from the free throw line. Tipped around again. Ripped away. Faust, and then jump ball.
A lot of bodies on the floor once again. Fun to watch. Faust showing a little aggressiveness, ripping that ball out of there. A little smirk on the face of Kennedy Kelly as she tried to calm Faust down a little bit. They know. They're a feisty group. I love it.
Yeah.
Man, Kennedy Kelly so active on defense.
Kicked out of bounds by the Eagles, who this year, a little different than last year, kind of tried to schedule a couple of other teams that they don't normally play. They do regularly play Bishop Garrigan, and you'll see them later, the super freshman. We'll hear about that. 3 no good, but also played in the tournament over the Thanksgiving weekend at Coe College, the shootout there. Lear's 3 is good right in front of us. That's at a college gym, get a chance to play competition. Played West Branch, who is now is done at the state tournament, but had been here, and Logan-Magnolia's got to take a timeout, and so will we.
Mid-American Energy and you, together partnering to change the energy landscape by pioneering money-saving, energy efficiency programs and building a new industry in Iowa, wind energy, all while keeping your rates low. So what's next? We'll keep delivering cost-effective energy efficiency programs while putting money back in your pocket. That's right. You decide how best to spend your savings. That's a partnership good for you, good for the environment, and good for Iowa. Another way we're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
The Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union State Basketball Tournament, presented by Mid-American Energy. The tournament sponsored by Iowa Farm Bureau. As you get a look at the arena there, the West Hancock Eagles in the red and white in front of you there. And they're the ones on the upside, Andy, but it wasn't that way this entire game. Logan-Magnolia had a 7-point lead. Couple of threes got them going early, but since then, the pressure has kind of really taken over.
Well, and really, as we look at the last bucket scored by Logan-Magnolia with 2:12 to go in the third quarter, and that was at that point. I think we had a 2-point game or a 3-point game, really close at that point. But you saw West Hancock go on a quick run before the end of the break. We got a bucket at the horn, and now it's been all West Hancock in the third quarter.
Minute 15 to play here, third quarter. Lear almost the steal.
You talk about coming to the ball early on. It's so important there, like you just did.
A few of these speedsters do run cross country for West Hancock, and Coach Sonius was like, "I'm so happy I have them. They'll run forever." He goes, I just turn it loose and let them go.
And you see it here in their defensive intensity too. They are all over the court. They don't go that deep either.
NBA range short. You know, we've talked about it sometimes in the 2A, 1A classes. The lines, for those who aren't familiar with it here, will kind of mess with the peripheral vision. But I think intentionally Lear took that one as deep as she did, thinking she could hit it.
When you have that reference here that you don't have on a high school court, another turnover, but you don't have that three-point line to reference things before, where it's, like you said, you see that ball, that line underneath you, you think you might be in one place, and you're not.
Emily Thompson, all of a sudden, here it was in her hands. 5 seconds to go in the quarter. Panthers have got to go. Thompson, three, off the mark and just off the back of the iron, and kind of summarizes the third quarter for Logan-Magnolia. The final 8 when we return.
We might not always know what the day will bring, but some things are certain. The sun will rise and your lights will go on. That's because at MidAmerican Energy, we're obsessively, relentlessly committed to providing you energy when and where you need it, to connecting with you and keeping our communities safe and strong. Because the most important thing we put our energy into is you. We're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
With new Casey's Rewards, you can turn pizza into school donations. Download the Casey's app and earn points you can turn into donations to the schools you care about most. Or turn points into Casey's Cash or fuel discounts. Start earning more ways to give and get a little more good. Casey's Rewards. Points for school, points for you, points for fuel, points for good. Now at Casey's, our delicious handmade taco pizza is just $13.99. Casey's, here for good.
Hey, Central College has a new tuition price of just $18,600. That means the college experience that opens doors for a lifetime is more affordable than ever, and scholarships are still available. Apply today at central.edu.
Central College has a new tuition price of just $18,600. That means the college experience that opens doors for a lifetime is now more affordable than ever, and scholarships are still available. Apply today at central.edu. You're watching the 2020 Girls State Basketball Tournament presented by Iowa Farm Bureau. And you're on the Girls Union Network powered by MidAmerican Energy Company. All games, all live, all online. The runner goes, you guessed it, Kennedy Kelly.
Love how she dribbles. She knows that soft spot in the zone, attacks it, and no one able to come and stop her.
Kelly makes it an 18-point advantage for the Eagles. An 8-1 third quarter. Logan-Magnolia, no field goals in the third quarter. Up ahead, Rachel Lear on the break, leads it, completes it.
Lear 5'10" and looks a lot longer than that, with long arms out there and able to scoop that up off the glass, especially Creighton with a steal. Another turnover for Logan-Magnolia on the offensive end. See West Hancock in more of a zone look now. Probably has a lot to do with Chizik being on the bench.
And stepping on the line is Loma and Thompson, who's kind of gone quiet. She had a couple of threes there early, Andy, and that was when Logan-Magnolia was having success, but they just haven't been able to get her to get those open looks.
Yeah, the tempo was working for them early, the faster tempo play they were going with, but mentioned 16 turnovers now for Logan-Magnolia, and it's just exaggerated by the fact that their possessions have been limited as well. So when you have that many possessions, that and then not even getting a shot off, it makes it really tough to get your way back into a basketball game.
Hiscock's back into the ball game for West Hancock.
That's a great sight.
Faust now into Lear, into the paint. Boy, they pass the ball well, don't they?
Have to against the zone. That's the only opportunities you get. But the part that I've been impressed with is they've been able to dribble into that zone, and they know right where the soft spots are, where to attack it.
And there was the swing. They got it over there in time, just didn't go down for Faust.
Oh, Lear, great job finding position. Whew.
Kelly ripped that one away from Lapke. 3, good!
She's okay. Hiscock's after what looked like a really bad injury in front of us, back in the ball game right now.
All right, Andy, I want to talk about possessions. You brought that up at the last possession. In football, you're seeing it now where certain teams and offensive strategies want more possessions. Is that the same? Does it translate to basketball as Lear with the steal here up ahead? You have time to think about it. Misses the shot, gets her own rebound, puts it back up, and the second attempt goes.
Well, the bigger stat right now in sports is more the efficiency of a possession. So points per possession. You see that's a huge stat in football, starting to become a huge stat in basketball too. And you want to have that stat be around 1 per possession. That means you're probably shooting around 50% right in there, and that should be enough to win you most ball games for a defensive-minded team. Especially in football, you want that per possession number to be around 3.5. Scoring every other possession or so. But the biggest thing in football that we look at is, a turnover. That's a wasted possession. 3 and out we consider just like a turnover. Another wasted possession. No chance to score any points in that regard. Explosive plays, which would be the equivalent in basketball of getting a steal and taking it coast to coast for a layup. An explosive play there, that's a double negative if you're on the opposite side of that. So there's a lot of things in sports that go back and forth, and I love the advanced analytics that are coming into play with everything right now. And it used to be where just your NBA coaches, and then you see about 10 years ago, college coaches, the advanced analytics come into play, and I guarantee you a lot of these high school coaches know their numbers as well right now. And if you can keep those possessions up there, and you can keep it 1, or if you're even better than 1 on points per possession, you've got a chance to put up several points.
And there's a lot of teams here that can score a lot of points. Yesterday, I think we've had one team get 90, another 89. It's Cheezik's 3, because players like that, the post, are out there shooting the 3 as well. They want in on the point scoring. And it's the Fred Hoiberg model of don't shoot that ball inside the three-point line. Take the 6-inch step back behind the 3. 3 is more than 2. It sounds simple, but it means a lot added up over several shots.
The worst shot in basketball is that 18-foot jump shot, that 17 to 18-foot jump shot, because it's only worth 2. But from the same efficiency, same shooting percentage, you take, like you said, 2 steps back or a step back, and 33% shooting from three-point land is equivalent to shooting 50% inside.
Well, and Hoiberg, his time at Iowa State, he was really into that. That was some of the first, when you say into the college game. I mean, he came out of the pro game, knew what was coming, and knew that's what we have to do, and it worked.
You add up just looking at the possessions today for Logan-Magnolia, and they've got sitting at about 45 possessions right now and 22 points, so well under that 1 per. By the same token, you look at West Hancock, and they've got, we're looking at about 48 possessions, 47 points. So you're right at 1 point. Yeah, that's perfect.
That's even math I can do, Andy.
Yeah, you're looking at about half a point for Logan-Magnolia.
Logan-Magnolia with the basketball, trailing with 4:10 to play, 47-24. And a chance for a three-point play for Emily Thompson. Got behind the defense.
Logan-Magnolia so tough for about 14 minutes of this basketball game. They were right in it, but man, the end of that first half just very deflating for them, and a couple turnovers, a couple run-out possessions for West Hancock.
Well, and now they're going to get a chance to cut into it a little bit on a turnover. Another substitution, which is brought to you by IMT Insurance. Learn how you can be worry-free with IMT at imtins.com. All right, Andy, this is your first game of the tournament. You have a responsibility here with me.
All right.
We have to pick the Casey's player of the game, and that's going to be coming up here in just a couple of minutes. Who is scoring maybe the most points, playing the best defense, creating the most havoc. Points are always easy to pick, but sometimes there's one that maybe corrals a lot of rebounds, has a big offensive presence and defensive presence. Lear drives and scores.
Do I give you my nominees right now, or do I even wait till the very end?
Well, just think about it over. I'm kind of laying out a couple of things here for you. Lear has been impressive, the way she's been able to attack. Chizik's been great down low, blocked a couple of shots. Lear there with the steal. I think this is at least the fourth breakaway layup she's had. Couple of players to think about.
Yeah, and that's not even the one I was thinking about.
Yeah,
right now,
exactly.
So.
And that shot is altered.
We don't have shots blocked as a stat, but I'm wondering, or altered for that matter, but Chizik, the presence that she's had down low.
Oh, she wants the three, almost got it. Oh,
Ooh.
And that's going to be a foul on a push by Faust.
And I'm not sure if you were able to pick it up on the screen, but she made heavy contact. That was Thompson. Made heavy contact with Morrison. Excuse me, Emily Thompson kind of ran right into the shoulder, the elbow area of. That's tough. After she got pushed in the back, she looks to be okay right now, but so much contact out there. That's one of those cage rattlers.
Ryerson and Kelly come back in. And the free throw is good by Emily Thompson. Now, leads all Logan-Magnolia scorers with 9, now 10. (51-28), final 3 minutes to play. We'll see how many of these starters stay in for this final 2.
As I mentioned a year ago, 13 of these gals currently on the bench for West Hancock played in the state tournament a year ago, and it looks like several of them will get a chance to play again this year.
Last year, West Hancock in the finals against the buzzsaw known as Newell Fonda. Staring on the other side of this bracket for West Hancock this year is Cascade, the 1 seed. Incredible defense. I'm not saying coaches look ahead, but coaches know who's on the bracket and all the teams. They all kind of take a look a little bit, knowing that the time is kind of short between games if you do win.
Yeah, it's
I can guarantee there's a page or two saved somewhere on a computer.
And there's
in
an
the West
assistant.
Hancock.
There's an assistant that's got a game plan ready to go already as well.
Depending on whether they, who the next opponent would be. And right now, if West Hancock holds out, that would be Osage.
Basketball is so much different than the other sports too. When you have the quick turnaround,
drive and score for the Eagles.
3 days from now will be the championship game for one of these teams. So.
Right, and they'll have the day off for semifinals, but there'll be no day off between the semifinals and finals in 2A. And the jumper hit by Jurich. And now we'll see some new Eagles come in here at the next horn. And Panthers. Lear in and out, no good. Chizik tips. Tipped away, Kennedy Kelly says hello.
Chizik ends her day with a double-double, 10 points, 10 rebounds. Like you mentioned, definitely in consideration for that Player of the Game award.
And let's just do it now. Our Casey's General Stores Player of the Game.
Well, you did it as you refresh the stat screen, so I don't have it. But I have to go today with Kennedy Kelly. As you look at her line, it's 12 points, ends with 12 points, second leading scorer for them, but 3 assists, 4 rebounds, 6 for 6 at the free throw line, and just really thought she brought that extra oomph, that extra burst of energy to West Hancock when early on maybe things weren't going the best. So that's why I nominate today Kennedy Kelly for West Hancock.
Casey's is at the heart of many Iowa communities, cheering on our local teams and fans, making sure there's fresh pizza daily ready, win or lose. Sign up for new Casey's Rewards, the rewards program that gives back by letting you redeem points for Casey's cash, fuel discounts, or donations to local schools. Speaking of refreshing screens, we have an entire new lineup for both teams, and let's do our best to help us out here. So for West Hancock, it is Carly Bruns, Shelby Gopel, and Scout Johansson, Leah Atchison, And I don't know, is Horseman out there? No, she's not. Yeah, Carly Bruns is out there for Logan-Magnolia. Ava Goldsmith. It's Samantha Yoder, Ava Goldsmith, Audrey Roden, Kara Ohl, and Megan Dunn. And for West Hancock and Horseman, Scout Johansson, Shay Smith, Leah Atchison, and Carly Bruns. 1 minute to play here in regulation between West Hancock and Logan-Magnolia. So, like the previous trip for the Panthers, will end in a loss at the state tournament. The seniors go out having sandwiched their careers on this floor. Nice pass in low.
Great entry pass.
Just a little high off the glass. The putback is good for West Hancock, and that's Shay Smith, the junior.
Leah Atchison, though, setting that up with a pass, a 6-foot sophomore, and see her out there. He might be the next big name you hear coming out of West Hancock.
This group of Eagles that are starters have played a lot of travel ball with each other. Parents driving them to and from to get in tournament games, and you'd see photos online of them winning another first or second place, and that just builds and carries over and gives you confidence. As that entry pass, Johansson steals it. 3 on the way, short for Horseman. Rebound. Oh, that's a foul? Foul.
Nope. Oh, they did call foul. 1.4 seconds.
I was waiting for the other hand to go up. And that's only the 5th team foul, so we'll inbound it with 1.4.
In what was a physical game, but not overly physical. I mean, nothing that you sat and looked at and like, why aren't they calling that?
West Hancock moves on with a 57-31 win in the first round of the state tournament here. And they will get the right to play the winner of North Lynn Western Christian. Cascade will play Osage, and now we know number 3 of that bracket. So the winner of this one will have the winner of North Lynn Western Christian coming up on Friday morning at 11:45. And now we'll have presentation of trophies and a fun little twist with what we'll see with the winning team here. Let's go back over. Gina Rogers will introduce both of these teams one final time.
Fans, please direct your attention to the court for the awards presentation. In addition to receiving medallions, each participating player will receive a commemorative basketball provided by the Iowa Farm Bureau, proud title sponsor of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. Presenting awards from the IGHSAU are Gene Berger and Gary Ross. Congratulations to head coach Derek Sunderland and the Panthers from Logan-Magnolia on an outstanding basketball season. And now, Michaela Faust will advance their team to the next round on the official bracket at center court. Eagles fans, your team advances to the semifinals and will play the winner of North Lynn and Western Christian on Friday at 11:45. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union, we thank you for your support and attendance. Our next game will be
Logan-Magnolia had a 7-point lead in the first quarter, but after that, it was all West Hancock. They win 57-31 Logan-Magnolia today. 10 points from Emily Thompson, 5 for Violet Lapke, 4 from Juritz. And here's a look at some of the highlights from this game early on. It was Lapke there. She would drive and then hit a couple of shots from the outside. Those were all of Lapke's 5 points, but then West Hancock got going. Maddie Eisman, 9 points, all via the 3. Amanda Chizik had 10 points and 10 rebounds there. She's playing defense and altered a lot of shots. Kennedy Kelly with the move up ahead. And And then Chizik, who, as we said, with the double-double. Kennedy Kelly finished with 12 points. And Andy, this was a game that we expected it to be one that ran, but it turned in, as you said, a little more physical than maybe we thought.
Well, we ran hard, and for the first 15, 14 minutes of this ball game, it was a really close game at that point. But like you said, that we saw the shot right before the end of the half, kind of the breaker. It turned into there's a 4-0, 5-0 run for West Hancock right before the break, and that's really what led to them having a lot of momentum in the second half. Logan-Magnolia only scored 10 points in the second half, I think is what the number ended up being. So just a really strong half. West Hancock's defense just outstanding throughout.
And Rachel Lear, we'd be derelict in her duties if we didn't mention the impact she had. 15 points, 6 boards, 7 assists. Seemed like she was everywhere tonight.
She was, and she's the leading scorer on this team. We heard a lot about her throughout the course of the season, but Lear, I thought, really her length caused issues, especially as the game went on. Really blew things out of the water for West Hancock.
The Eagles shoot 42% from the field, 21. They got 50 shots up today. That's a big number. From 3, they 28%, 7 to 25, and rebounds a 10 advantage there. Turnovers, 19 of them for Loma.
And again, the big number of that, though, is that of steals. 14 of those turnovers were steals that West Hancock had a hand in. We're not talking travels. We're not talking throwing the ball out of bounds. It was the West Hancock defense that made things very difficult on Logan-Magnolia.
All right, so we've got one more game here in Class 2A. That'll be on a new feed, and then Andy and I will be back for Council Bluffs, St. Albert, and Newell Fonda. That game will tip off early this afternoon. So get a little bit of a break, watch the bottom half of this bracket, and put a bow on it, right?
And, call that'd be the end of my state tournament. But it's fun time so far, and I look forward to especially seeing some of these semifinal games coming up as well.
All right, he's Andy Pollack. I'm Paul Yeager. For all of those on camera and behind, we thank you so very much for watching. Again, West Hancock, the winner today, 57-31. So long from Wells Fargo Arena.